Hello guys, welcome back to the lovely trading video. In this one we're going to be doing a stock analysis on Airbnb, ticker Abnb. Firstly, it's up just under 10%, and that's what I thought I'd do the stock analysis on this today and give some price targets. The reason it's up is kind of over two reasons, I would assume. Firstly, they say they're going to house 20,000 Afghanistan refugees for free, so may not provide them the revenue to kind of justify that price increase, but may give them the good publicity to kind of do that over time. Then the only other thing I can really think of is that Pfizer got FDA approved yesterday, so a lot more leisure and travel kind of stocks should be increasing, as it will probably provide more confidence for people who maybe haven't got vaxxed yet because they didn't know if it was safe or didn't believe it was safe. So that FDA approval might give them that bit of closure that they want. So that could be the reason Airbnb today is up. However, let's go straight onto the technicals and see where the price targets actually are. So to the upside, I do see Airbnb keep going up until we get into this 166.50 area to around 167. Reason for these targets is these are the first deviations on the 4 hour and the daily, and most likely we will get a bounce off this area, even if that's not the end of the move. So a good way to think of this price target on the first deviation is stocks don't always end at this move, but more likely than not, I would say more around 90% of the time, you do get a relatively large pullback off this move, even if it's just to the closest half deviation, which would still be around a $10 to $11 pullback on Airbnb. So that would still provide good trading opportunities and something I would personally be looking to short into this level, especially if it's moving on this much move. If Airbnb, like today, moved up 10%, if it did that same kind of move tomorrow, even just a 5%, more likely than not, you would be looking at a pullback, because at some point it's going to have to cool off, and so it would most likely happen at a statistical deviation, as that's usually when it happens. Happened on Pfizer last week, happened on Moderna last week, happened on Alibaba last week, or this week. If you've been following them, you'll see that these do work quite well. So that will be that key target to maybe get a short trade in, and if you're long right now, maybe a good area to lock in those profits. However, if we do break through this, again, which isn't impossible, we might pull back off this level, then retest and break through. And if we do, we got a kind of that 189, so basically $190 resistance. Again, if it comes up to here, we would get most likely the same reaction, a pullback, most likely to the half deviation or the deviation below, so but will provide around a $13 to $30 or so move, or $25 move. And again, we could get that same thing where it may come up, test this, pull back either to this deviation or pull back to here, and there's no saying that it can't come back, retest, and this time break through. If it does break through, we have kind of the highest target of 111/110. Wouldn't expect it to go past that at least anytime soon. Obviously, we do have the fourth deviation here, but you don't ever really see large caps going all that extreme. So 211 would be my kind of most ambitious target right now, but in the short term, like this week, focusing on this week, 166, 167 are those key levels for me. Now I'll quickly do some downside targets just in case we start pulling back, or if the bounce off this level is quite harsh and we break down kind of into a lower low. If we did do that, which most likely wouldn't happen in the next week, so if you only care about the next week, that's basically it. But if it does break down lower, 120, 150, 122 are going to be those key levels where it would bounce. Again, don't really see it coming down to this level at least any time in the next few weeks. I think it would be quite a crazy overreaction if it did come down to this level. However, if it did, that would be that key level to buy. So those are my price targets. Now I'll quickly go through what I expect to happen with Airbnb, just so you can get an insight into how I'm thinking it will react, if that would benefit you, if you think. So obviously we're right now at this 160 level. I do imagine we will probably just keep coming back up, or pushing up to this 166, 167 level, and then I can see us having a pullback to this deviation, which right now is around 155. When it comes into here, we could quite easily continue our uptrend, retest this, and I do think we would break through. If we do, 190 will be that key level. We may get some hesitation around this 177, but our key level would be 190. And if it does come up to here, again, we most likely get that same reaction where we come back, either retest this half deviation or break back down to this full deviation. And again, we could get that same reaction where it bounces up higher. If so, again, the same exact process. However, I don't really see it going past this 190, at least in the short term. And so yeah, that's really what I see happening, at least in the next week or two. So I hope you enjoyed the breakdown. Hope it gives you some insight and help. If it did, definitely drop a like and subscribe. Hope to see you in the next one, and that's it. Peace.